Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you about my experience being on Wegovy. I have never been someone that was interested in weight loss drugs or interested in getting on any medication. I'm very anti-medication, but it has been sort of a difficult period in my life, and I'm finding that I just needed that help. I just needed that extra support to get things moving. So when my endocrinologist suggested it, I started to do research and I decided that I was going to give it a try because nothing else was working at the time. So I just wanted to share with you my 2 month experience so far on it, what my plans are going forward, and how it's been. So I'll share the good and the bad and the ugly, and if it helps you decide if it's something for you, then great. And if you're interested in joining me on this journey, then I would love if you hit that subscribe button and become part of this channel. So, like I said, I've been on it for 2 months and I didn't really know what to expect. You start off on a very low dose. The maintenance dose or like the therapeutic dose where you're expecting to see a lot of weight loss is at 2.5 milligrams. You always get started off at a very, very minimal dose. And then they usually increase it about every month, depending on how you're doing on it. So I started off at 0.25. And on that dose, basically everything I read said that it was just helping you to deal with symptoms at that point. That you'd get on it, and at such a low dose, you wouldn't be expected to lose much weight, if any at all, but you would help your body just start getting used to having it in your system and minimize the drastic side effects, like the digestive upset and that sort of thing. So you're just sort of like building up your tolerance to the medication. So that first month, I didn't know really what was going to happen. I took the first dose, and I'm somebody that I don't like needles, but I do take needles. I have to. Um, and so I was kind of expecting what I got, which was it was pretty seamless process. Do read the instructions. Um, the site, I didn't have any reaction at the injection site. I didn't have any like swelling, itching, redness, like no irritation at the site. I would say if you're keeping it in the fridge, like warm it up to room temperature before you inject it, just for comfort sake. And so that was pretty normal, and I expected that side effects would hit at some point, and they hit pretty quickly. Like my body was like, excuse me, what is this? And I felt that I started to like feel nauseous and just like not well, like not sick, but not well. The nausea was definitely the biggest thing that I noticed. Just feeling queasy and like I just wanted to do nothing and lay in bed and like let this nausea pass. So that was a bit of an annoying one. I found that it was kind of similar week 1, 2, and 3. At that point, I really wasn't weighing myself too much. I did a starting weight, and then I had a problem with the scale and I had to buy another one. Um, and so by the time I got my scale set up and everything, it was about week 3. And at that point, I had lost at the 3 week mark, I lost about 4 pounds, which I was like, that's great. Like, you know, um, I find that it really quiets down the noise of food, and it just makes you a little bit more mindful of what you're eating. So that first month passed, it was pretty successful. I was happy with it. I lost 6 pounds in the first month, which I wasn't expecting on just like the very, very smallest dose. Month 2 came along and I felt like I plateaued the entire month. Again, the dosage had upped to zero point 0.5, and I again had the same nauseous feeling, and I really didn't enjoy it. There were about 2 weeks there where I was like, listen, like I can't do this for the next 6 or 12 months. Like I can't live like this. I really have to get off. So I really questioned whether I should continue forward. But by the end of the second month, I had lost a total overall of 10 pounds. And so I was ecstatic. That is more than what is typical. And it's on the high end of the range that they give, which is great. I was really happy with that. I found that my blood sugar was a lot more stable. Um, and I found that the food noise was quieter, which was great. The problem with that, though, was that my eating choices couldn't get better. Like, I find that when I feel nauseous, there were only certain things that I could eat, and they weren't like the healthier options. Like, downing vegetables and a lot of protein and meat was really difficult, especially like right after the dose uppage. Those first 2 weeks, I really struggled to like have those like clean meals. I really wanted to just like eat chips and crackers because they made me feel better, but I didn't want to be loading up on carbs. So I really struggled to like stay focused on protein. I'm an egg eater, and being on this medication has made me like be turned off of eggs completely. It's hard to have milk, like just really certain things that I consider good for my diet or not good for this medication in my diet. So that's something to consider how it changes your food preferences and the things that you are comfortable eating. Um, and yeah, so just consider that. Like I could eat peppers, but I couldn't eat broccoli. Like it's just a very interesting change in the dynamic of my body with this medication. Another symptom that I found was headaches. In the past 2 months, I've had more headaches than I've ever had in my life. I think they're mild, but they're annoying, and I didn't enjoy that. Um, so, and it's not about hydration, I don't think, but it's the protein. I find that when I eat a lot of protein, I seem to like have less headaches. But when I'm low on protein, which it's hard to eat on this medication, I find I have more headaches. So I've actually gone out and gotten protein powders, which I'm not typically eating, but just to keep my protein level high, and keep those headaches at bay. Protein has seemed to be helping me personally. Um, I also found, which was really interesting, I was having better bathroom business. So things were more like quality poops. Quality poops is what I'll say. I've been having those much better on medication, and that's an interesting change, and I'm happy about that because that's always been something that I've wanted to make sure of, and this medication, that was like a positive side effect. Um, Getting healthy poops. So, um, at the 2 month mark, I was doing pretty well. And so I've decided to stay on an extra month on the lower dose, just because, like, I felt like if I don't need to up it, then I don't want to. Not suggesting that that's the plan for you. Talk to your doctor. None of this is medical advice. This is just me sharing my experience. But if it's been working, I prefer to stay on the lower dose longer and just slowly increase as the need arises. Um, I feel like with the medication, I'm more motivated to exercise as well, particularly with weights, because it's so important to keep your like muscles active and like not let the medication help metabolize those muscles. You want to keep your metabolism high and your strength and your muscle mass. You don't want the medication eating away at those. So it's actually motivated me to do a lot more body weight exercises and weight exercises with like weights. And so that's been a big thing. I also find that I have more energy on this medication. So that also helps a lot because when you have low energy, it's hard to do your exercise and, live a healthier lifestyle. So the medication has actually really improved my energy levels, which I appreciate. So those are my 2 month thoughts and experience so far. Um, at After that period of about 2 weeks where I was just like, I can't do this, things sort of leveled off and I feel much better and I see that it's working and I'm finding different strategies to work with the medication, including the protein powders, like I was saying. And I just feel like it's going to be a good aid in this journey for myself. So I'm going to continue on it and see where it takes me. So I'll continue to give you updates. hopefully monthly updates and all the other life updates that I'm going through as well. I'm growing my locks and I'm transitioning from being in a toxic relationship, and I'm a single mom and just looking to travel and experience really good things in the years to come. So if you're interested in following along with my story, definitely hit that subscribe button, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments, and ask me any questions. I'd be happy to share those answers with you. I hope to see you again and talk to you again soon. Okay, bye bye.